Welcome to As Told by Star. This video is a special request from Latasha from Texas. This is my quick and yummy, completely customizable veggie stir-fry method. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments section. Enjoy. Hey girls, so I decided to get some fast food for Jeremiah, but I'm still hungry. So I am going to do a really quick stir-fry, and I don't know why I want some sweet potatoes, but I've been wanting some sweet potatoes for a little bit, and I want them like, I don't want them like candy yams because I'm trying to watch how I eat. So I'm going to just boil them in water with a little bit of sea salt. I already got that part started. And once they're done, I'm going to puree them or mash them up real good and use butter, honey, and cinnamon to season them. But for the, I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so my pot is getting ready to boil. I already have a little salt in there, and I've cut my sweet potatoes up into little cubes because they boil faster when I cut them up small like that. So over here I have some sweet bell pepper. I have some celery that I've already cut, and some carrots that I cut, some red onion, which I absolutely love. And this is the mushroom I told you my friend was telling me about. This is portobello. These are cut into slices. You see, if you can see how big that is. When they're whole, you can grill it like a burger and eat it as a burger on a hamburger instead of eating meat. So this will be my first time trying portobello, so the texture is going to be something new to me. But the carrots, this is how I cut them, and I wanted to show you how I cut the carrots. When I cut it from the stalk, I cut it at a diagonal, as you can see. And then I just cut it into, oops, thought I was showing you. Just cut it into 3 pieces after it's been, or 4, because this is a big piece. Cut it into smaller pieces after it's been cut. See? So that makes it cook a little bit faster. Now, the carrots and the celery are root vegetables, so of course they take a lot longer to cook. So I have some extra virgin olive oil, and this is the one I use. Great value, extra virgin olive oil. I like the one that looks kind of green. I don't like the light one because I like the flavor. And I'm using a standard Tefal saute skillet. If you can see that, Tefal. And I actually bought this skillet at Walmart for like 22 bucks. So my water's finally starting to boil for my sweet potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and turn my burner on for my, and you see I'm kind of a fan of the high heat. So it's on 8. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to add the carrots and the celery because they cook faster. And once those are like almost done, then we're going to add the other ingredients. We'll add the sweet bell pepper and the onion. And I forgot something. My boyfriend, I forgot garlic. Give me a second. Let me get some garlic. Oh, yeah, we can't eat without garlic. Alright, so this is garlic that has been minced and is in water instead of oil. It's a stone meal garlic, and I purchased it from Aldi. I don't know if you have, I think they have Aldi in Tyler. But this is the one I use, and I like it because it's in water. So my water's starting to boil for my sweet potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and add them. And like I said, I've already put salt in this water. So that should be no problem. And this is a small, oops, that was a small sweet potato. That's done. Okay, and of course I'm going to write out all the other stuff that I use. Carrots. Oops. He still said, huh? Carrots, celery. What is that? Sweet pepper. sweet pepper. I'm trying to type it all out. Red onion. Oh, it didn't do it right, did it? Did you see that? Red onion. Celery, sweet pepper, red onion, carrots. I think I already said that. And I don't remember how to spell these mushrooms. Let me look on the pack and see. Oh, here it is. See? I'm gonna show you the package too. Portobello mushrooms. Okay? So that way you have all the ingredients. This is everything that's in there. Celery, sweet pepper, red onion, carrots, portobello mushrooms. And I like garlic in mine. You don't have to put garlic, but I enjoy the taste of garlic. So my oil is nice and hot by now, and that is extra virgin olive oil. You can see it's nice and hot. So I am going to add my root vegetables, the carrots. I'm adding my carrots, and I'm going to add my celery. Now you adjust this to what you enjoy. If you really like the taste of celery, then you can add more celery. If you really like your, I'm turning this down just a little bit. If you really like your carrots, now the carrots are going to bring the sweetness out. They have that really nice taste to them, so that's going to bring the sweet flavor out. And you notice I'm not putting any seasoning on yet, because I'm trying to do low sodium and low sugar in my diet, so not putting anything in here yet. So just trying to get at an angle where you can see it better. The carrots are starting to turn a little bit, they're getting a little bit darker, and that's kind of what you want. You don't want them to get brown, you just want them to get like a little bit darker, and it makes them turn like a super bright orange, and that brings more of the sugar out. And you can see your celery is starting to get a little more translucent, which is what you want. So with this meal, what takes the longest is actually preparing your vegetables, because everything has to be cut a certain way. If it isn't, then it won't cook properly. So we've added the onion. We're going to add the sweet peppers. The sweet peppers don't take as long to cook, and when they cook, they tend to release water. So I don't like to add them early in the game because it makes everything soggy. So now I'm adding the portobello mushrooms. Just put them in here like how you would if you were doing a shrimp stir fry. How you put your shrimp in kind of at the end because it doesn't take so long to cook. A tiny piece of mushroom, I'm going to put that in there. So now I'm going to season, and I use, this is celery seed. But what I did was, I have a coffee grinder, a coffee bean grinder, and if you look at that, you see it's like a powder form. I don't like the taste or the feeling of a hard celery seed when I'm cooking or when I'm eating. So I put the seeds inside my coffee grinder and grind them till they're nice and smooth. This is by Weber. It's called Veggie Grill Seasonings. It's really delicious. It's basically a seasoning made out of other vegetables. It has like dill, rosemary, thyme, a lot of really wonderful flavors. And I also use that when I'm cooking chicken breast. It's very nice. Now the last seasoning that I'm using is chopped cilantro leaves. We love chopped cilantro leaves. It has a really nice flavor. And it doesn't taste like green cilantro, how green cilantro is very overpowering. And if you don't like cilantro, that taste is just a bit much. But this, in the dried form, it has a sweeter flavor. It's very mild. And it brings out the flavor of meats. So I'm hoping it's going to bring out the flavor of these portobello mushrooms. Since, like I said, this is my first time trying portobellos. They really look good, and they're cooking up nice and even. So we shall see. They're very pretty. Now, I am a garlic fan. So if you don't like garlic, then you can just stop right here and saute. Give me a second to open this. And And as you can see, I put quite a bit of garlic because I really love the flavor of garlic. Fresh garlic, not garlic powder. I don't like that stuff. But yeah, that's it. So you're just sauteing everything around, and you're allowing all the flavors to kind of marry or come together. And at the same time, your vegetables are cooking up nice and tender crisp. I like these mushrooms. I'm glad she said that, because it really has look, if you can see, it has a firm texture like meat. So I have a feeling that I'm going to feel like I'm really eating some meat, which I'm hungry, so some meat will do me good. Haven't eaten today except for a banana and a few cookies, and that's, you know, the famous Amos little quarter-size cookies. Yeah, that's not much. Need some meat. Okay. So I'm just going to let that go ahead and marry and cook together, and I will like saute it, flip it around every here and there. Okay. And I like to flip my vegetables instead of just stirring them, because sometimes you stir them, you break them all up, get them all mushy. I don't like mushy vegetables. So that is pretty much done. It took a lot of time to prep your vegetables with cleaning them, cutting them into nice little strips. But, I mean, it's done. That's it. I'll probably put a little red pepper on here because I like red pepper. Oh, let me show you one more thing you can add to it. This is called oyster sauce. It is incredible, but it is very high in sodium. You see the sodium content, 750 milligrams in 1 tablespoon. Don't use a whole tablespoon. When you're doing something like this, just a very small drizzle will be enough to give this the flavor that you want. When I do stir fries, I use a tiny little drizzle. I don't ever go crazy with oyster sauce. The flavor is incredible, but just don't need much. Now my yams are probably done by now, so yeah. Make sure y'all soft. They're not quite as soft as I want them. I'm going to let them boil a little bit longer. And it looks like I did not time that properly. I should have had the yams started well before I put the stir fry on, so that the yams will be done at the same time as the stir fry, because I really wanted to eat this together. But looks like I probably won't be able to do that. Oh my, I wish you could smell this, because all those flavors together, and you can kind of smell that, the dried cilantro, and if you can see how the mushrooms are starting to look now, it actually looks like a nice lean piece of meat. And that's it. That's all it takes. I won't say it's quick and easy because, like I said, the lengthy part of this is preparing your vegetables. Cutting up your vegetables takes for stinking ever. But once you're done with that, I mean, you see how quickly it goes together in the skillet? It doesn't take long at all. What was that, probably about 5 or 10 minutes? Maybe. And that's because I was talking through it. But once those yams are done, I'm going to puree them. And I might add a little bit of cream. Maybe just a tiny smidge of cream. But instead of using butter and sugar, I'm going to use butter and honey. And I will use cinnamon. And I really like mace, but I'm out of mace. So I'm going to use a little bit of nutmeg. Which mace, the actual spice, mace is the outer shell of the nutmeg. So it has a more pungent flavor. If you enjoy the taste of nutmeg, you will love mace. All right, I will get with you later on. Let me know how you like everything.